Good afternoon, girls. How are you? I hope that you are all fine. Okay, hi, girls. How are you? How are you, KG? Sorry, how are you, grade 6? Okay, fine. Thank you. I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you, girls. Uh, Today we will take the last revision for our exam in this week. So I hope all of you print the worksheet, the revision sheet that I sent it. And let's start with the first exercise in this revision. This revision will talk about the absolute value. Okay? So it will be easy for you, inshallah. And uh, let's start. Of course, there is a question like this in the exam. Find the absolute value. Yes, all the answers will be on the platform, of course. All the answers already uploaded on the platform. All the model answer, and if you want to send it, if I want, I can send it on the WhatsApp group also. So the model answer will be on the platform. Let's start with the first exercise. Find the absolute value. Maysam, could you please open the mic and tell me what is the absolute value for -8? Maysam? Maysam, could you please open the mic? Okay, I think you can't. You can't hear me, maybe? Open the mic, Maysam. Okay, you don't want to answer. Now, girls, do you remember? Okay. Where are you, Maysam? Oh, you are not in the session. Okay. Now, -8, the absolute value for the -8 equals what? What is the absolute value for -8? 8 equals 8. Thank you. So, girls, as I said before, the absolute value is the distance between the 0 point. Let's talk about it again to remember together what is the absolute value. So, like -8, this number will be on the left side of 0. This is 0 and this is -8. Actually, the absolute value is the distance between what and what? Between 0 point and the point for the number. That's mean the distance from 0. And you know that there is no negative distance. Of course, the distance will be always positive. That's mean when I set the distance, that's mean the distance here is 8 units. So always the absolute value will be a positive number, of course. So the absolute value for negative numbers equals positive, and the absolute value for positive number equals also positive. Because we are talking about the distance, that's mean always it will be positive. Now, yes, Lamar, the absolute value for 16. Lamar, Lamar. Okay, where are you, Lamar? Why you are raising your hand? Okay, yes, you are raising your hands. That means you are prepared to answer. Please. Yes, Lamar. The absolute value for 16 equals what? Okay. The absolute value for any number equals the positive number, of course. So it's a positive number, so it will be 16, not negative 16. It will be the same. Okay? This is not the opposite. This is not the opposite, girls. We are not talking about the opposite number. No. We are talking about the absolute value. And I want you always to save the um, definition for the absolute value. You have to save it, please. The absolute value is the distance between the point and 0 point. Distance means always it will be positive, okay? Now, the absolute value for 8.65 Jannah. Jannah Muhammad. Yes, the absolute value for 8.65. It's 8.65. Very good. The same number. Thank you, Jannah. Yes, Lara. The absolute value for 4 and 3 over 10, the 20. 4 and 3 over 20. Thank you. Thank you, Lara. Now, Tolin, the absolute value for negative 500, 5,000. 5,000, not the same, but the same number in opposite, right? In the, sorry, in the positive. Yes, thank you, Tolin. Okay, thank you, girls. Now you write the answers. Did you write the answers, guys? Please type one if you write the answers. Okay, I think all of you write the answers. Let's move now to the second exercise. Now, this is very important. I want you to find all numbers with the given absolute value, and something like this will be in the exam also. What are the numbers that their absolute value equals 12? That's mean I have here the answer. Okay, the answer. Like if I told you this is the absolute value and I have n unknown number, and the answer for the absolute value equals 12. I want you to give me the numbers that their absolute value equals 12. Let's see now, Rijan. Yes, Rijan, open the mic first. Rijan, what is the answer for the first one? Yes, what are the numbers that they... Very good. Excellent, Rijan. So both 12 and negative 12, not maybe 12 or negative 12. No. Both two numbers, the absolute value for both two numbers is 12. So the numbers that their absolute value equals 12 is the number and the opposite. The 12 and negative 12. Thank you. Who answered? Rejan. Okay, now let's see. Now Asma, open the mic. What are what are the numbers that their absolute value 1.7? Very good. And negative 1.7. Thank you, Asma. Yes, Joanna. What are the numbers that their absolute value 3 over 5? Or yes, and negative. Yes. Very good. Very good, Joanna. Thank you. Now, Jana Farid, what are the numbers that their absolute value is 0? Yes, only 0. I don't have another number. Thank you, Jenna. Because I don't have positive 0 or negative 0. I have only 1 0. Yes, thank you, Jenna. So that's why the number is only 0. Okay, girls, now if you finish, please type 1 in the chat just one time. Okay, let's move to the next exercise. Now I want to compare between the numbers, and there is a numbers with absolute value. Now I want to compare between those two numbers. Yes, Farah. Compare between negative 16 and the absolute value for negative 16. Which one is the greater? Very good, very good. Why this number is the greater? Because the absolute value of negative 16 equals 16. That means this is a 16. 16 and negative 16, of course 16 is the greater. Now 20 and the absolute value for 20. Yes, Lena. Yes, 20 and the absolute value for 20. Compare between them. Very good. The absolute value for 20 equals 20. So that those two numbers are equal. Thank you, Lena. Now, yes, Selma, open the mic. Yes, dear. Now, I want to compare between 3 and the absolute value for negative 4. Which one is the greater? Look, what is the absolute value for negative 4? The absolute value for negative 4 equals 4. That means which number is the greater? 4. That means the absolute value for negative 4 is the greater. Thank you, Selma. Okay, dear. Now, yes, Mariam, open the mic. Yes, I want you to compare between 34 and the absolute value for negative 34, 36, sorry. Very good. Why? Because the absolute value for negative 36 equals, and 36 greater than 34. Thank you, Mariam. Now, yes, Yusra, I want you to compare between negative 5. Stop typing on the chat about the computer exam, okay? Stop, stop. Just 1 minute, Yusra. Stop. We are not in the computer exam now. We are in the math session. Now, I want to compare between negative 5 and the absolute value for negative 6. Very excellent. Thank you, Isra. The absolute value for negative 6 equals 6. 6 greater than negative 5. That means the absolute value for negative 6 greater than negative 5. If you finish, please type 1 in the chat. Okay, let's move now. Write the values. All of you finished, girls? Can I erase the numbers? It's okay for you? Okay. Now I want to order the numbers from the greatest to the least. Okay? Write the values in order from greatest to least. So I have here absolute value. You remember we saw something like this in the lesson. So here what I have to do first. Who will help me now? Okay, who didn't answer, girls? I think all of you answered. Yes, Manal, open the mic. Look, first thing, I will find the absolute value for each one. Negative 2, the absolute value for negative 2 equals. Yes? No, yes, I want the absolute value for negative 2 equals 2. Very good. The absolute value for 3. No, no. The absolute value for 3, it's a 3, the same number in the positive. One. Very good. Now I want you to order the numbers. I want you to order the numbers now from the least to the greatest. The least one is what? 1. That's mean I will choose the absolute value. Yes, I will order it first. 1 and 3 and 6. Now I will write the answers with the absolute value. 1 is the absolute value for 1. 2 is what? The absolute value for the absolute value for 6. And the 6 is the absolute value for negative 6. This is the order. Thank you, Manan. Thank you, dear. So this is the order, girls. Okay, I want this order. You have to order with the absolute value, with the same number, with the same numbers with the absolute value. Okay. Now you finished, girls? Did you finish? Which one you get? You don't get it, Joanna? You mean the order? You have to order the numbers according to the value for each one. So to find the value, I have to find the answer for the absolute value. Those numbers in the red color is the values for the numbers, or the absolute value for the numbers. Equals what? For negative 2, it's 2. For 3, it's 3. For negative 6, it's 6. For 1, it's 1. Now I have the values for the numbers. I have to order, sorry, from the greatest to the least. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. This is from the least to the greatest. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I have to order. Yes, 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 yes. From the greatest to the least. So I have to start from the greatest one, which is the 6. I will order here next to the question. Right here. I have to order here. The greatest one is 6. Then, less than 6, I have 3. Then 2. Then 1. This is the order. But I have to write the order with the same numbers. 6 is the absolute value for negative 6. I have to write the same number. Now 3 is the absolute value for 3. This is the number. Okay? Now 2, it's the absolute value for -2. This is the number. And then the last one, 1 is the absolute value for 1. Now write it again, because this is the order from the greatest to the least. The last one is the order from the least to the greatest. If you finish, please type 1 in the chat, girls. Now let's move to the last exercise. Now I want to order those numbers from the least to the greatest. Okay. Now, who want to answer? Who didn't answer, girls? Saba. Open the mic. Yes, I want you to give me the absolute value for each number. Yes, the first one, -1. Saba, are you with me? Yes, what is the absolute value for -1? What is the absolute value for -1? It's 1. The number in the positive. What is the absolute value for -3? What is the absolute value for 7? Again, what is the absolute value for 7? 7. What is the absolute value for -5? 5. Thank you, Saba. So that's why I told you have to find the absolute value first, then you have to order the numbers. Al-Jawhara, open the mic and order with me the numbers from the least to the greatest. Yes. Al-Jawhara? Yes, teacher. Now, yes, Al-Jawhara. Order with me from the least to the greatest. Yes, start. Those the numbers. Which one is the least one? 1. Then, very good. Then, very good. Now I want you to write the numbers, the order, with the same number that are written in the question. 1 is what? The absolute value for -1, not -1. The absolute value. Very good. Now 3, it's very good. Now 5. Okay, the last one, 7. 4, 7. Thank you, Johara. Now, when you finish, please type 1 in the chat. Okay. Now, girls, I want you to tell me, because we finished the revision, and we have, I think, 10 minutes in our session. I want you to tell me if you have any question about the exam or any question about anything in the math, okay? If you have any question, just tell me now. Okay, Farah. Yes, Farah. Open the mic. Yes. Mm. Again, please, because you, your voice is not clear for me. Please, again. If I have a negative 8, mm, mm, okay. Now, girls, I think you have a problem, or you forget the meaning of the absolute value. And I will repeat again. Look at this number line. This is 0 here. As an example, she said negative 8, and this is 8. So 8 is a positive, it will be on the right side of 0. Negative 8 in the negative, it will be on the left side of 0. What is the absolute value? What did we mean in the absolute value? Absolute value, I told you, it is the distance between the point or the number on the number line and 0 point. That's mean if I want to find the absolute value for negative 8 and the absolute value for 8, what is the absolute value? It is a distance. The absolute value is a distance. A distance between what and what? Between the point that represent the number on the number line and the 0 point. So let's start with negative 8. What is the point that represents negative 8? This is the point here. This is the point. The absolute value for this number is the distance between this point and 0 point. This is the distance between 0 point and negative 8. The distance, of course, it's a positive number. There is no distance, there is no negative distance, okay? So if I want to find the distance, I have to count the units. How many units here I have to jump from 0 to the negative 8? I have to jump 8 units. This is the distance, right? Also, if I want to find the absolute value for 0 and or for 8, I have to find the distance between the point for number 8 on the number line and the 0 point. What is this distance? This is the distance between this point and 0 point. How I will find the distance? Also, I have to count the units that I have to jump to reach this point. So I have to jump here 8 units also. Okay? So the distance for here negative 8, it's what? It's 8. And the distance for the distance for 8, it's 8 also. That means the absolute value for negative 8, it's 8. The absolute value for 8, it's 8. So there is no negative in the absolute value. It will be always positive. It will be always positive because the absolute value, it's a distance. Okay, now, is that clear for you? Okay, very good. Another question, girls? You have any questions? Yes, Jenna. Give me the name of the lesson. You mean which lesson? Give me the name. This lesson is not in the exam, right? I'm asking now about the lessons that will come in the exam. You have any question about those lessons from 1 to 6? Okay, Jan. Thank you. Now another question. Yes, Lamar. Yes, dear. Now the exam will be a multiple choice. You have to solve the problem, the exercise. That means you have to bring a paper and a pencil, and you have to solve the exercise. Then you have to choose the correct answer. Okay, so it will be a multiple choice, inshallah. Okay, thank you, dear. Another questions, girls, about the lessons that will come in the exam or about the exam? No, no, okay, no, okay. You, Maria, okay, Manal, sorry. Manal, okay. Yes, what's your question? No, you have to study from the book, of course. Okay, again, you have another question. Yes, yes, of course. You have to study from the book and the lessons in the portion. You know the portion? I think you have it. You have the portion you are welcome. You have the portion. You have to study from the lessons that are mentioned in the portion. Then you have to exercise by using the revision sheet. Okay? I will send for you the model answer, inshallah. It will be on the platform. As I said, all the model answers will be on the platform, and I will send it on the group also. If you have any question, girls, you can contact me anytime. Okay? If you have any question. Also, if you have any question, keep it because we will meet on Sunday, I think. We will meet on Sunday. So if you have a question, uh, on Sunday you can ask me anything, or you want to explain, if you want to explain anything, okay, I will be with you. Okay. Yes, we have 1 minute in our session. I think we can solve an exercise. Um, Actually, I wish a best luck of you for to take full marks, all of you, because I'm sure all of you will take a full marks. Okay, inshallah, it will be easy for you. Thank you, girls, for attending today. Uh, Good luck. Have a nice weekend. Thank you, Tolin. Have a nice weekend too. See you, inshallah, on Sunday. Study and prepare. Okay. Bye bye.